Let us now start with the first paragraph. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed, and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. In the first line, the poet uses the words humid shadows. Humid means something which is full of moisture, and shadow here refers to the dark clouds that are there in the sky. And therefore, humid shadow means moisture-laden clouds. They are hovering. Hovering means to move around something. And where are they moving around? They are moving around the starry spheres. That is the night sky, which is full of stars. And the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. Melancholy means sad. So darkness is said to be something which signifies gloominess, which signifies sadness. What a bliss to press the pillow. Bliss means happiness. Of a cottage chamber bed. Cottage chamber is a bedroom, a chamber in a cottage. And lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Patter is the sound which is being made by the raindrops when they are falling on the roof. So the poet is saying that the humid shadows hover, that is, the moisture-laden clouds, they are moving around the sky. So poet is saying that when the sky is full of these clouds which are moisture-laden, and that is, they are full of water and are about to bring rain, when such clouds hover around in the sky, and they are hovering around where all the starry spheres, it means it refers to the sky at night, which is full of stars. At that time, huge clouds, which are full of moisture, move around in the sky, and the sad darkness of the night is wiped off by the raindrops, which seem like tears falling from the sky. So here the poet is comparing the raindrops to the tears, and he says that the dark sky, which seemed to be very sad at a moment, it appears as if it is crying, and the raindrops are the tears that are being shed by it. He adds that it is like a blessing to lie on the bed in his cottage chamber and his bedroom and listen to the sound made by the raindrops falling on the roof. So therefore, in the first paragraph, the poet describes a rainy night. He says that all the stars of the sky have become invisible because they have been covered by dark clouds. Darkness, we know, has a negative connotation, and the poet makes no exception to this rule. He also says that darkness is making him also sad and reflective, and the rain also seems to mirror his emotions, as it looks like tears falling softly from a human's eye. So rain that is being shed by the sky seems like it is being shed by a human eye. At that point, the only thing that can bring joy to the poet is to curl up with a pillow in the bed of a country cottage. Though the rooms of the cottage may be small and ill-equipped, but the sound of raindrops can only transport him there for him to recover from his melancholic mood, that is, from his sad mood. So all the sound of the pattering sound of the rain can only help him to change his mood and get him back to recover from that sad mood. Moving forward to the next paragraph. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof, and I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. So in the first line, tinkle means a soft light ringing sound, and shingles are basically rectangular wooden tiles that are used to make roofs. They echo in the heart of the poet. Echo means to repeat a sound, the repeated sound. And 1,000 dreamy fancies are dreams, memories. Into busy being start. He basically means that 1,000 dreams are, being started to be built in his brain. And 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof. Recollections are memories. Woof here refers to the weft, that is the thread that is woven across the roof across the loom. And busy being refers to human beings. So the poet is expressing his feeling when he hears the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his house. He says that every tinkle on the shingle has an echo in the heart. Whenever he hears rain falling on the rooftop, the sound repeats in his heart and in his dream, and he has many different fanciful imaginations. He adds that this sound of the rain falling on the rooftop creates many new different dreams in his mind. He recollects many memories of the past which come back into his mind as dreams. So, he says that as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, he has many new dreams in his mind, and the memories of the past come back in the form of dreams. So, in the second stanza, the poet describes how the raindrops make the loudest sound as they fall on the shingles of the roof. Loudest sound not because they are loud, but it makes a sound, it rings a bell in your mind. Each sound that is made by the rain in this way is repeated the next instant by beating of his heart. The things he has only been imagining now start to appear before his very eyes. As he is listening to the soft and continuous falling of the raindrops on his roof, all his memories are coming back to him. But they are not discrete and separated from each other. Instead, all of these memories seem to have formed a patchwork by being entwined with one another. Why? Because these are basically memories of the moments that he's already lived. So, it appears to form a web, a woven thread around his brain. Okay, students, we'll stop here for today. For your homework, you will read the 2 paragraphs, find out the literary devices in the 2 paragraphs, underline the difficult words and write their meanings, and you'll also go through the entire paragraph. That is all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and make sure you complete your homework. Thank you.